Too much screen time feels wrong. Summer worksheets feel worse. I'm Dr. Knit, and what if your child could keep learning all summer without realizing it? By the end of this video, you'll discover why the learning method most parents trust is often the one that kills curiosity fastest. When summer starts, many parents feel a quiet pressure in the background. A few weeks pass, and suddenly there's a worry that all the progress from school might disappear. If you've ever bought a workbook, printed learning sheets, or promised yourself you'd do a little academic practice every day, you're definitely not alone. The problem isn't that these tools are useless. The problem is timing. After months of being told where to sit, what to do, and when to do it, many children are craving something they don't get enough of during the school year: choice. That's why a worksheet that looks simple to you can feel exhausting to them. Here's a helpful shift. Instead of asking, "How do I make my child do more learning?" ask, "How do I make learning feel more like real life?" One creates resistance. The other creates curiosity. Try replacing, "Let's practice reading" with, "Can you help me figure something out?" You'll often get a completely different response. One of the easiest places to hide learning is in the kitchen. Most parents see cooking as another task on a busy day. Children often see it as something important and exciting. The next time you're making pancakes, sandwiches, fruit salad, or even a simple drink, bring your child into the process. Ask questions like, "We need 1 cup. How could we make that with this smaller scoop?" Or, "Which ingredient do you think weighs more?" If you're baking, ask what they think will happen when ingredients are mixed together. They're learning measurement, estimation, sequencing, and problem-solving without realizing it. Here's something surprising. Children remember information longer when it is connected to an experience. A fraction written on paper can feel meaningless. Half a cup of chocolate chips feels real. The skill is identical, but the brain treats real-life learning very differently because it has a purpose attached to it. The grocery store might secretly be one of the most powerful learning environments your child visits all summer. Instead of treating shopping as something to survive, turn it into a game. For younger children, ask them to find items that begin with a certain letter or spot products with specific colors. For older children, create mini challenges. Try asking, "Which of these is the better deal?" Or, "Can you help me stay under this budget?" These simple questions build reading, math, comparison, and decision-making skills all at once. But here's the hidden benefit many parents overlook. Children love being trusted with real responsibility. When a child feels genuinely helpful, their engagement rises naturally. They're no longer being entertained, they're participating. That small change often creates more learning than a formal lesson ever could because motivation comes from within instead of from pressure. Here's another self-learning trick that feels more like play than education. During a walk, a trip to the park, or even a few minutes outside, challenge your child to collect 3 interesting objects: a leaf, a rock, a feather, a flower, anything that catches their attention. Later, ask a simple question. If these 3 things were characters in a story, what would happen? You don't need to correct grammar or improve the story, just listen. As children create stories, they're organizing thoughts, building vocabulary, connecting ideas, and practicing communication. Many parents think literacy starts when a child reads a book independently. In reality, literacy begins much earlier. It begins when children learn to observe details, describe experiences, imagine possibilities, and express ideas. A 5-minute storytelling game can sometimes strengthen these skills more effectively than a forced reading session that ends in frustration. But there's one learning secret that's bigger than any activity we've talked about today. It's the emotional atmosphere surrounding the learning. Children pay attention to how we feel about an activity long before they pay attention to the activity itself. If every learning opportunity feels tied to worry, anxiety, or fear of falling behind, children often absorb that feeling. You might notice them becoming resistant before you've even asked them to do anything. That's why it's important to check in with yourself first. If you're feeling pressure, acknowledge it. Many parents do. Then remind yourself that growth doesn't stop just because school is on pause. Try approaching these moments with curiosity instead of urgency. Instead of thinking, "My child needs to learn something today," think, "I wonder what my child might discover today." It's a small shift, but it changes everything. Children are far more likely to stay curious when the adults around them are curious too. Your child doesn't need a perfect summer to keep growing. They need curiosity, experiences, and a parent who knows learning can happen anywhere. If this video helped, subscribe for more simple parenting insights. What topic do you want next? Tell me in the comments.